and my toes. Yeah, everyone knows there's nobody else like me.
Thank you for taking the time to speak with us, Ms. Liebenow. Mrs. Liebenow is a specialist in autism education. So, Ms. Liebenow, how would you describe autism?
Well, autism is a very complex neurological disorder, which basically means that people with autism, their brain works differently than most typical people. With children, we mostly see problems with language, communication, social skills, and some sensory problems, which can mean sound. The sound's too loud, the lights are too bright, they have sensory issues with their sense of smell. Sometimes they can smell a person's perfume too strongly and that can upset them. Other times they really don't smell very strongly at all, so they're constantly trying to find things to smell. And the biggest one I would say is with their sense of touch. And some like to be touched very firmly, others don't really like to be touched at all. So those are some of the biggest issues with kids with autism.
There are many ways for early intervention. Can you explain some of these?
Early intervention usually starts around age 2. A lot of people will have a therapist come to the home and work with a child one-on-one on language development, social skills, behavior issues. So, and the way we do this, it's very repetitious. We ask them to do the same things over and over and over until they learn it, and then that's how they learn.
What is the most difficult problem for children with autism when they interact with their peers?
I would say the most difficult problem is not being able to communicate that they want to play with their peers. Just because they can't speak or communicate that, it doesn't mean that they don't want to play, and they tend to kind of rush into a center of a game, take a ball, or, you know, the younger kids will knock blocks down, and they're really just trying to say, hey, I want to play, you know, so that's what I find.
What can any student do to help kids with autism?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that kids with autism are very much like all of you, and they have the same kind of interests. They like music, they like to run, to play little sports games and things. And just if you see somebody standing alone and they have a teacher next to them or a helper, just try to engage them in some kind of play. Even if it's just, you know, tag or chase out on the playground for the younger ones. And for the middle school kids, just, you know, sit down and say hi, you know. So that's what I would say.
We see that nice ribbon.
Yes.
Could you explain the meaning of the puzzle pieces for us?
The puzzle piece ribbon is, it's made up of very bright colors, which is supposed to symbolize hope. The puzzle pieces themselves are supposed to symbolize the different facets of autism and how they're all coming together, which will ultimately mean a cure when we fit all these pieces together. And we're also, our Peers Care group is going to be making these little ribbons for sale. You'll see them in the cafeteria. So that's why you see a lot of the ribbons around the school and on the posters.
What is your name and what school did you come from?
Austin News, and I come from Atlantic County Social Services.
Thank you, Austin. Now, Mrs. Liebenow would like to introduce a special student named Andrew, who is going to rate some statistics of autism.
Autism affects 1 in 150 children. 4 times more likely to be diagnosed with autism than girls. There will be 67 children diagnosed with autism today. Some children with autism can speak when they are hungry, thirsty, tired, sick, angry, or scared. one of many 7 children are diagnosed with autism in the country. No cure for autism. Please support autism research. Got it. Yeah, you did it.
Thank you, Mrs. Liebenow, for coming and speaking to us. Remember, April is Autism Awareness Month. This has been an exclusive BNN interview. I'm James Mackey. Thank you for joining us today.
There's nobody else like me. I'm as happy as I can be. From my head to my toes, yeah, everyone knows there's nobody quite like me. There's nobody else like me, as the world can plainly see. From the place I reside to the stories inside, there's nobody else like me. I can sing a song